Hi there, and welcome to our 11th hour of gameplay. We finished our first 10 hours, and unfortunately, we did not make it to be able to buy Forest Chick. We are at 5,429 blood gems. And so, at the end of the last hour, I said this hour we would be doing dailies and hunts, and I know that's exactly what we did in the last hour. But this time we are doing super efficient mode. We are doing both at the same time. So no dailies outside of hunts, basically. I'm really excited to be this close to unlocking Forest Chick. I know that she makes farming things a lot easier. Although of course she does start at level 1, so we will back to being squishy and dying. Although we kind of do that a lot anyway. I mean, actually, I did do like a breakdown of our first 10 hours, and we only died 16 times in, I know it was 100 plus levels, so that's not too bad, I think. I did a bit of a split down of like blood gems per hour type of thing, and so it might be something you want to check out if you are looking at ways to play the most efficient way to get blood gems, or like really, I mean, I think it's probably self-explanatory, but doing dailies and hunts are what's going to net you the most blood gems. But if you're only doing dailies and hunts, of course it's going to take you a long time to level up. Also, for souls, if you're looking for souls to buy health pots or gear, then you're going to want to play more than just dailies and hunts. But we're doing pretty good in this first run. Oh yeah, I should probably tell you how this is going to be set out. It's like 4 days of play, I think roughly fit into 1 hour. We log on at hunt time, and our focus is just the hunt. So we did that run and the hunt target didn't show, so we come back and do it again. Or try again to get into spawn. I am gonna try and stick to like easier levels. This is kind of cheating because if you're trying to push for gear, you're gonna try and push higher levels. But if you do lower levels, obviously it's gonna take a lot less time-wise. So it's kind of that trade-off, like, do you want it done? Or, oh my gosh, I hate this boss. Oh my gosh, he's just standing here. Can he do this every time, please? Okay, that was actually... Anyway, sorry. It was a trade-off between, like, time and shiny things, basically. Shiny, useful things. Because you're more likely to get a shiny, useful thing at a higher level. I think I didn't really average it out. Because like I'm recording this obviously after I already did the gameplay, I just thought it would be easier that way. But I think like a lot of the days took me about 15 to 20 minutes. That's why I managed to fit 4 days in, because like a few of them were less. There is one where I thought I'd go crazy. You'll see in a minute. Well, not a minute, but like I think it was the last day, where I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just push for a higher level thing, just for a shiny epic we can use for next hour, but obviously that was a bad choice and I died, and so it took us longer to complete, but you know, those things happen. Also, what you won't see is really much inventory management, or any at all probably, and like watching videos for gems and gear and those kind of things. I did do them, I just didn't record, which is also kind of cheating a little bit, because obviously this hour of gameplay was kind of like longer, but I don't want to bore everybody with watching videos, and really those are things you can do while you're doing other things, like chuck on your video and then walk away and live your life. So that was our first block. Just now you would have heard the music like change because it's a new section of recording. So we did complete 3 of our dailies in 2 runs, and then this is the second hunt for the day, in which we only need to do, I believe, this one level, and then we're done. So if the hunt pops here, that would be amazing. This is really crazy. Oh my gosh. This is a level 7, which kind of goes against my principle of saying before, like, let's just do early low level stuff to get it done. The thing is that, like, there's this kind of cruel cycle where if you don't have the gear, you can't do the higher levels, but to get the gear, you need to do the higher levels. So you're kind of stuck in this, like, weird forever. Like, which one do you do if you can't do the high levels? How do you get the gear to do the high levels? It's a lot of luck, and also, ouch. It's a lot of buying things on the trading post, which is not always great because, like, I have been trying to keep an eye on the trading post and, like, doing my refreshes and everything, but a lot of the time the gear that it will give you is only like a 1 or 2 level upgrade, and obviously if you buy a 1 level upgrade today and then tomorrow it gives you another 1 level upgrade and then the next day gives you a 1 level upgrade, eventually you'll get there, but it is kind of actually expensive. And I can't remember how many souls we started with, but I did have a moment there where I got down to like 3k souls and I was like, I'm not even going to be able to afford an upgrade very soon. So yeah, like I said earlier, playing this way where you only do dailies and hunts, you really don't get the souls that you need because you're only doing like 3, maybe 4 levels in a day. Yeah. Oh, I don't like this one. Okay, I feel like I know there was like 2 episodes where we died so much to those exploding bomb chicks, and they are not fun when you get into crowds like this and die because, yeah. Oh, do I use it? No, I must not. I must keep them forever. Yeah, so when you get into a crowd, you can't choose which things to focus on as much as you'd love to. And so even though they're right there, you're like still punching the thing that's closest to you. And if they're not all at like the same level, you don't punch them and then you die. Which is not fun. Those things are like one shot most of the time, especially at high levels, like they're definitely one shot. And they are just frustrating because sometimes you're standing right where they spawn, and because you were being crazy, standing in the middle of the room or something, and then you die because they were right there and you were right there. But sometimes they do like spawn next to you and you manage to punch them before they explode, which is nice. I really do think they're still like the worst things in the game. Twice. Yeah. I know in the beginning I was like, they're fine, just kill them before they kill you, but then for some reason they decided instead of putting 1 in a level, they're gonna put 10 in the exact same place, and so you have 10 of them punch. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but you know, it's allowed. So this second part of the day took us about 8 minutes and 40 seconds roughly, because I wrote down the times. Crazy. The first one only took us 4 hours and 43 minutes, and that's the difference a death makes, really. Like, yeah, if you don't have fairy bottles, well, I know I have fairy bottles and I could have revived. You know, like, you never know when you need them. Like, you're at the last boss and you're crazy and you kill the last boss and then there's just some mobs and then you're like me and you die. And you kind of probably want to use it there because otherwise it's kind of like, I did pretty much the whole thing and then, you know, died. Which is not fun. So I don't know if you've been following along, by the way, from the beginning, but I actually talked about doing mini challenges. And I think I have some ideas for shenanigans. I'm just like trying to figure out when do I put them in, because, you know, obviously I've done 10 hours of playing with this chick, and by the end of this we are definitely going to be able to afford forest chick, and so then I want to do some forest chick gameplay. But yeah, so where do I fit it in? Who knows? Might need to like, yeah, and we haven't even thought about Flashy Fighter and unlocking her. She's also 6,000 gems, so I don't know, maybe we'll do like forest chick 10 hours, and then hope by the 10 hours we are more efficient and we have unlocked her. Yeah, because I can't believe that I got to like 10 hours of gameplay and I hadn't unlocked her. I think it really is like in the first like 3 or 4 hours. Oh, hold on, it's here. Yay, we get to do this in finish. Sorry, yeah, in the first 4 hours we just played like 3 of those hours in one day, don't judge me. And so you don't get all the bonuses of the blood gems and daily quests and things, and it does hurt for your blood gem things. Like, it helps you level, sure, and it helps you get souls. We like ended with a lot of them before we started playing like split days. But yeah, okay, that boss is like pretty easy to fight, the hunt boss just now. Well, elite, sorry. He's like the second easiest, I think. I mean, sometimes I'm bad at like dodging his swing. I hate the Jester boss. Seriously, like, they will shoot you and you have to like run around, and sometimes the one that you hit very last is the one like that disappears, and by the time you get to hitting him he's already disappearing, and it's annoying. See, he's still on full health. Look how many of them I've punched. Ugh. And he laughs at you. It's just rude. Yeah, you shouldn't laugh at people. Now you're on fire. See what happened? Yeah, you made me mad. Ah, and you're dead. And you deserved it because you laughed at me. And you made my life difficult. Okay, although if you just stood there and let me hurt you, you'd still deserve it. Just because you're that bad. Maybe. So, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but there's also going to be an update. They're planning to update, like, just general bug fixes. I think they're going to add infinite inventory, and I think there was something else, but I can't remember. Oh, like they're gonna fix the behavior of certain mobs or something like that. So it's nothing like major, but there have been quite a few bugs. So I'm glad that they are like actively working on that. Spiders and bomb chicks are the worst. Anyway, so yeah, I forgot what I was saying because I got annoyed at the spiders and the bomb chicks. Oh yeah, so there's gonna be an update, and that's nice. And they are actively like, I don't know if you're on their Discord, but you can join it. And you can report bugs. Yeah, you can report any bugs you find. And they like let you know what's coming up. And you know, you can have a place to share your progression and how amazing the game is. So this is our like second day. I probably should have put some kind of like transition. But never mind, this is our second day, I'll just talk about it. We did better this day. This one took like 7 minutes and 20 seconds. And then our second hunt later took only like 4 minutes and 50 something seconds. So we did better. I like to think practice makes perfect and you get more efficient. I just think I got lucky. And I didn't die. At least I don't think I did. Yeah. So all these places that we're running through are, I'm just trying to do first clears as well. I know I said we'd try and stick to lower level stuff because we don't want to die. But yeah. I really like this map, it's pretty short. And these bosses are like the easiest bosses in here, I think. As in the game. And I said boss again, even though it's elite, I apologize. Yeah. We're really doing pretty good. You don't get to see it because, like I said, I'm not doing an inventory management really, just so we could fit the 4th day into the hour, but we aren't really getting many upgrades, which is a bit frustrating, other than like, you know, the ones in the shop that are like 1 level, 2 levels. Yeah, anyway, I really think that sticking to low level things if you're in a rush or you're trying to do it as efficient as possible is like the best plan. I know I said that before. Don't judge me. I just really want to make sure you want to see it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh no. Jesters with the bloodhead. Floaty dudes. That could have been a disaster. But it's level 1, so you kind of murdered everything. Which is amazing. I have come to realize that nearly every elevator in this game is a trap. Sometimes they put shiny things at the bottom of the elevators or the top of the elevators just to, you know, like lessen the sting of betrayal. But yeah, elevators are a trap, turns out. Or at least it would be very smart of you to treat every elevator as a trap. I know this one you can go up and like things don't pop straight away, but just step a few steps forward and then there you go. There you have your mobs in death. So now might be a good time to talk about some random stuff. Like, my original thoughts on the game was, like, it's a roguelike, so I thought of course there would be a lot of punching things, and that is the case. I feel like talents are kind of few and far between, so it's not like those kind of roguelike games where you're getting skills as you play, like in the level sort of thing. I do like the idea of the talents being outside of that and permanent. However, I kind of wish there were a few more, like, yeah. The talents though, from what I've seen so far, remember I've only played for like 10 hours and this character is currently level 31. They do seem to actually have, they're useful. I guess that's what I'm going to say. Like, for example, buffing the crit strike on your ninja star, like, and you can actually see the use, like it shows you in text whenever you crit, which is pretty cool. I do feel like this is great in the sense that it caters to the way you play and the artifacts you play, sort of thing, but also the talents are based very much on recommended gear. So like that talent for your shuriken, your ninja star thing, if you're not using it, that talent is super wasteful. Also, I think the first or second talent is based on your dash, and that's something they changed in the patch 1.0.6. They fixed the dash. I say fixed very loosely with my quotation marks. They fixed the dash, and actually it is a lot smoother than what it was, and it cools down a lot quicker already, and so you don't really need a talent for it. But whatever the other talent was kind of useless too. So I feel like they really need to change that up and make it something more useful. Yeah, so that like invisible walls are still a thing, but the patch coming up will hopefully fix that. Oh, I don't know if you noticed though, like if you were paying attention, like I wasn't. This is Wanderer, difficulty, the first level of Jedburg Forest. So I just thought I'd be brave and give it a try. I know that we die a lot normally, but remember that this is like the tutorial level, so it's like easier than most levels anyway. And Wanderer, you can unlock this like difficulty level by, I believe, just completing level 1 of all of the maps, like all of the different areas, I should say, I guess. Yeah, and this place does like the level of gear, like the item level, I guess you call it, does go up significantly in Wanderer. So if you can push into this, like it's a good idea to try and get that gear that you need in order to finish the high levels of the other area. And we got lucky because our hunt target is in here, which means if we're lucky, like fingers crossed that we are, we will get an epic off this that is higher level than anything we have, and so actually be useful instead of those level 10 or below epics that we have been getting. Yeah, I really don't like this boss. He can be very crazy. See, you get all of these. There's no way we're gonna be able to cut them. Maybe? Oh, maybe we got it. Oh my gosh. There you go. Did we get an epic? No, it didn't look like it. Just a blue. But it still might be useful. Who knows? Okay, anyway, so before that, I was talking about talents and how they do change your gameplay a bit, but their relevance like is based on recommended gear, and so if you're not playing with recommended gear, then that's not necessarily helpful to you. For example, when I first started playing this, we got thorns. It was one of our first artifacts, and I love it. I still love it, and sometimes I still miss it. It's really great for stunning things and then just letting you stand there and smack them without taking damage. But I still do think that the mech is sort of better. It works on bosses, and Thorns does not work on bosses. It doesn't stun any boss. Anyway, and I know I'm saying bosses instead of elites all over again. And there you go, we finished our day 2 of stuff. So in a second this will change over and we'll start our day 3. But I'm gonna quickly look at what we got. Oh, we got a Thorns, I think. Which is nice. We're gonna keep it for Forest Trick. That's the other thing that I've started to do because we're so close. Like, well, actually we have 6,201 gems, so we could do it like now. I could unlock her now, but I just decided no, I'm gonna finish this hour first. Anyway, what I've been doing is starting to keep gear for her when I do unlock her, so she has gear. I know that like having gear, I think it's like 15 levels above your current level penalizes the gear, but I still haven't bothered to ask anybody what that actually means and how it actually affects things. And so yeah, I've just been keeping the highest level for her weapon, her chest, and her artifact she uses that's specific to her, which is Pebble, a pet. She relies a lot on pets. And she uses thorns, so that's like her recommended gear. Of course, if you're not doing recommended gear, then you'll probably keep something else if you're playing the way that I am. Another thing that I thought I might talk about a lot was dying. Like, I know I mentioned it a little bit at the start of this, but in the beginning I felt like we died a lot. Actually, our second hour we died the most, which was like 4 times. And actually we averaged more like 2 deaths per run, so which isn't a lot, I guess, if you look at the bigger picture where we we cleared like 100+ levels. Yeah, it is frustrating. It wastes time a little, like, sort of. I mean, you still get your XP and you still keep any gear that you looted and any souls or gems or whatever, but it does mean you don't get that first clear bonus and you have to run it again, and the chests that are available in the level do not reset if you die or if you run it a second time, which means you know, like, you don't get more chances at gear or that kind of thing. I do feel like we got better over time. I think in the beginning I was really like, okay, we're gonna push, and of course we had no idea what we were doing, and so of course when we pushed and we couldn't clear things, we died. But also I have this very bad tendency to like hoard health potions, just because like they were so hard to get in the beginning. The only way you could get them was by watching videos. 3 videos got you 30 small health potions. And so they did add in the last patch that you can buy some for souls, and you can buy both rank 1 and rank 2 health potions, which is nice. I don't think I've, beyond like that one time when I ran out of small health potions, I haven't used them since rank 2, that is. And as you can see, we have like 200 or so of them. And so it's just remembering like to use them at this point. I feel like if you're playing on the mobile, which most people will be because it is a mobile game, it's so much easier to press buttons. Whereas if you are playing on the computer through Google Play, like I am, you have to click on the buttons, and so it's not as easy. I mean, you can also press, but your movement keys are WASD, so it's hard to press numbers, and I hate this boss so much. I hate this boss so much. I have no idea like what's happening ever. You can't. Okay, when he puts out his bubble, it's horrible. You can't punch it. I might miss. I know I said I would never. I know I said I'd keep them until the end of time. You know what's more annoying? This boss. Yeah, and having to come back and fight him again and get him to respawn. And you know what? Oh my gosh. Okay, I dodged that one somehow. And that one, oh my gosh, maybe I'm getting good? No, I don't think so. Okay, that I'm pretty sure was a fluke. Alright, thank goodness he's dead. I have no idea what key we got. Nothing good. Nothing good. Amazing. Totally worth it. Yeah. Anyway, I forgot what we were talking about before that. Oh, dying, probably. We were probably talking about dying. I do a lot. I said that already. I felt like I did a lot, but I guess not really. And lately, okay, I know I just died. Let's pretend that doesn't count. Yeah, let's pretend that doesn't count. Anyway, moving on. I should talk to you about inventory. So, I know that was a very brief glimpse at it. I feel like I've got it, like, down pat where you do a run and you stop and you check your inventory. And it makes it so much easier than if you don't do that. Like, there are a few videos where you see, feels like ages. It's probably not even that much. But if you don't, like, keep on top of it, it becomes a chore. It really does, I feel, anyway. I know in the next patch they are bringing in infinite inventory. And considering I've only just started to save some gear for a forest chick, and then I'm just gearing this one too. I feel like eventually though, when I unlock Flashy Fighter and when they add more characters, inventory is gonna seriously become a premium. And maybe if you are enjoying this game and you want to support it, like infinite inventory might be the thing that like you do just for your own sanity. If you're not great at inventory management or you think it's a waste of time, like that would just doesn't mean you never actually have to do it. But also, selling your stuff gets you sold, so you should do it. Yeah, it's a tough choice, like, to know what to do and how to do it properly. If you, like, realize I'm doing, like, 2 runs and a minimum of 2 runs to do the hunt, and then that means, like, I'm doing 2 runs and then I'm checking inventory and stuff afterwards, which you don't get to see, really. But, yeah. Okay, so that was that hunt done, which is amazing. We got our sword upgrade, and it has defense, which makes it really awesome-ish. Anyway, but I'm gonna stop recording here. And, yeah, the new bounty. And the new day. No, it's not a new day. This is the second part of this day. And this is day 3. Yeah. So we're pushing quite far into Jedburg Forest in Wanderer difficulty. I think it's because, like, I can, but if I die, other than to that horrible Nomad boss, okay, that one really doesn't count. I think that I would just go back to trying to clear lower level stuff in initiate level. Yeah. So, for the PC versus, like, mobile thing, I do think, like, being able to hold your entire screen in your hand is super easy without having to, like, worry about manuals, because you can see your hands and you can see your screen. I don't know if I mentioned that. It just makes it, like, so much easier. But for me, the reason that I choose to play on a PC is because it makes it easier to record and to, like, edit your videos and everything. Like, I'm sure there are ways to do it from mobile and get it onto some editing software or whatever, but it feels like a lot of fiddliness to me. If I record it on my PC, it's on my PC, and then I can just put it into editing software and sort of. But maybe that's something I need to learn, especially if I feel like I start dying again a lot. I think that, like, not recording, but taking down the number of deaths in each thing was really smart. Because, like I said, I really did feel like I was dying a lot. But when you write it down and you split it into, like, per hour, then it's not so bad. Actually, in the last hour, in, like, hour 10, I didn't die at all. But also, I think we only did level 1s and 2s and pushed through a lot of areas instead of, like, pushing up fire. I hate the just. I didn't mention that before. I do like how they sort of rotate who your hunt is gonna be, though. Like, yeah, if it was the same character, like, not character, but if it was the same elite over and over, that would be so boring and annoying, probably. Yeah, well, that was nice. That gave me health regen. Health regen is nice. I do think that with the Jester, even though I hate him, you can really get kind of strategic about where you get him to spawn, because I don't know if you realize this, but he spawns around where you are. So if, let's say, I spawned him up here and then I ran downstairs, oh, we got an epic. We got an epic. The first usable epic we have ever gotten. All hail the neck of epicness. What do you mean it's on cooldown? Okay, yeah, by the way, you can't change gear when it's on cooldown, in case you didn't know that. Now I have to wait and remember not to press the button. And, that sucks a little bit. There you go. We have our first usable epic. It only took, I don't know, 10.5 hours into gameplay. It happens, I guess. This is what happens when you push high as well, but then you do your hunts on the level. You need the high gear for the high push, but you do hunts on the level so you don't get it. But also, you know, hunts on high level are hard. Alright, so I guess another thing that I could talk about would be, like, how has this 10.5 hours of gameplay felt? And I don't think it has felt grindy because like 10 hours to some people might seem like a really long time. But because we have something to do all the time, like be that our hunt or our dailies or be that our first level clears for gems, it doesn't feel grindy. I'm not just sitting here doing the same level over and over in order to try and get gear, and I think that makes a huge difference. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it in the future when we hit max level, which at the current time is level 80, I believe. And then we just need to grind for gear. That might feel grindy. I mean, grind for gear gives you a bit of a clue, but yeah. Is that the Nomad boss? This is day 4, by the way. We made it to the 4th day of doing things, and like, I can't tell you when I was recording this just like how impatient I was for days to go past, because I was like, Forest Chick, our whole goal since the beginning is Forest Chick, and I really want to do it. I really want to unlock her, but I have to be patient and wait, and I'm not a very patient person, but I did wait. You should be proud. Yeah, anyway, back to talking about the game and how it felt. Like, yeah, so I don't think it feels grindy. On the slow side of it, because you know how people are like, is it a fast game, is it slow? I don't think any level takes too long. Like, some levels are definitely shorter and some like are longer, but I don't think they feel like I never got the feeling like, oh my god, I've been in here for ages. And I know like this one is one of the longest levels, but it's also the tutorial level, and so it's really easy to punch everything. It doesn't take long to kill things, it's just a bigger map. Yeah. And as for like the gems, I think how you play or how often you play in a day or whatever is like really what's gonna make you decide whether you feel like this game is fast or slow. If you only get to play for like a certain amount of time a day, like a short amount of time, then you're gonna feel like it's faster in the sense that you get more blood gems and you get more blood gems, and so you can unlock people quicker, that sort of thing. Whereas if you are really enjoying the game and you want to grind out your level, that kind of thing, then it's gonna feel slower because firstly you're grinding, and grinding always makes things feel slow. But second, like, you don't get as many blood gems if you're just playing outside of your dailies and your hunts. I mean, you still do get some, and so it's like still worth it, especially if you're doing first clears. Like, if you're not dying, you can actually get through quite a few levels in an hour. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think in our 9th hour or something, we did do a little bit of split days, but also like we just cleared so many things. It was crazy. So many levels. Yeah, or maybe it was our 10th hour. Anyway, one of them. Yeah, so if you're playing over days, I really do think like you will feel like it's faster, because I think blood gems being the premium currency, that's kind of what you judge it by. And considering like the levels are not, I don't think anyway, that any of the levels are too long, so you don't feel like you're stuck in one place for too long. In saying that though, like a lot of the aesthetic is very similar throughout the game. Like, I think there was only 2 levels. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure at this point we've been in every single area, maybe? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have. There's only 2 levels that were really different, and those are like Frostvale Pass and Kraken Frost, and those are like really ruins. They move away from the mountain aesthetic. But yeah. I would recommend this game to other people, especially if they like punching things in the face. There's a lot of levels, like areas, I guess. I know I get confused with like what words to use. there's a lot of areas and there are a lot of levels in those areas, and then you have like the higher difficulty tier, which also, once again, you're doing the same areas and the same levels, but it's all just generally harder. And I don't think the game is like, I think my deaths prove that the game is not like super easy or anything. There is challenge to it, and figuring out your game style and your gameplay is a part of that, and so it doesn't get, to me, it doesn't get boring. It has a lot of levels. Okay, I better stop saying levels. It has, I don't mean areas and levels, I just mean it has a lot of different aspects to it. There you go, we can use that. And so, ouch, that really hurt a lot. Anyway, it has a lot of different aspects, and so, oh, that's awkward.
No time to die.
But it's fine. I'm sure. I think I know exactly what happened at this point in time. See, I wasn't home alone when I was recording this, as I often am not, because this happens like in my evening to night time. And so I was having a chat, and I'm pretty sure I died one more time, maybe, because, you know, I was talking to someone while I was trying to kill this thing. And do you know how hard it is to dodge when you're talking? Yeah, see, I died again. It's hard. Anyway, back to whether I would recommend this game or not. This here is proof that it's fun. Okay, there are mechanics for you to learn. There are like, how do I say, like spawn places and things for you to learn. There's different types of mobs that do different kinds of, we're gonna pretend that that didn't happen, by the way. That whole thing. Nope, nope, that did not happen. And this is why you don't chat and play, okay? You just be like, hey, I'm in the middle of something, go away. Anyway, it's fine. This is why this day 4 took longer. Like I said, I think this day 4 by itself was 20 minutes plus, whereas the others were all a lot closer to like the 15-minute mark. Anyway, back to what I was actually talking about. I gotta stop getting distracted. There's challenge, there's things to learn, there's mechanics for bosses and mechanics for mobs, there's strategies, but also there are a lot of different artifacts. And I know that I've been sticking with recommended gear, but you don't have to do that, and that gives you the opportunity to mix and match and like figure out things that work for you. For example, like the thorns in the beginning, like I use, but you don't have to use it. And I've seen in the Discord like some really interesting builds and things of people who don't use recommended gear, which is cool. Yeah, I don't know, I think I just decided to use recommended gear because I was like, they will have designed the game with this in mind, and like I said, talents and things are for the, like, based on the recommended gear that they give you. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I can't leave my souls behind, you know, they're precious. That's gear. And also, where am I? I'm stuck. Yeah. Okay, see, that's a place where there could have been an invisible wall, so I didn't go there and get stuck. You know, they're very fond of their invisible walls. Maybe it's time that they made them useful for the player. You know, crazy thought, I know, crazy thought. So I'm feeling like this is a lot harder, by the way. Like, this is like, this here is proof that Jedburg Forest is like tutorial level and is so much easier than any of the others, in case you needed it. Also, I should probably drink more health potions, but, you know, like, I'm not looking at my health, I'm looking at punching things, and this archer that keeps shooting me from wherever and then running away, and it's just rude. I'm trying to kill him. Also, health potions, like the small level, like rank 1 ones that I have, at this point in time, like, they hardly heal anything. I think last time we complained about it, it was like 1/5 of the health was healed. Now I think it's way less. You pretty much have to spam heal them. Also, I've been pretty worried that, like, if I use one because I know this is how it works in some games. If you hunt target spawns on top of you, amazing. Anyway, if you use a health potion, and then you use a second one, that second one actually overrides the healing of the first, and ouch. Am I about to die the same way I died last time? That would be very awkward. He likes to shoot at you a lot. Which I'm okay, because that's the easiest one of these mechanics to dodge. As you can see, I just didn't dodge those two, but I had the next, so like, it doesn't count. See, he really does like to shoot at you. That's just rude, okay? Alright. I was gonna say, like, me with your axe thing, but that's the hardest thing for me to dodge, so I probably shouldn't be complaining about him shooting me a lot. Anyway, that's not done. Yay! We gotta upgrade. Okay, I should probably do a video about gear. Oh my gosh, the cooldown thing. Does it go off cooldown while we stand here? Probably not. Oh, because it's like active. Anyway, I should do a video on gear because gears have bonuses on them, and not all bonuses were made equal. Some of them are really crap, and some of them are really good. Some of them are like dodge bonus, not dodge bonus, dash bonuses, and I already talked about that earlier. She has a talent for dash, and it's wasted. They fixed dash in the last patch, and I think I'm gonna die. Oh no, maybe I got this. Okay. Yeah, anyway, back to my thing. I should make a video on here and explain what each thing does and why you might want to choose it. That would make sense. Maybe keep an eye out for that, please. I think I'll do that soon. If there's anything that you do want to know or you want me to ramble about, I'm really good at that, so let me know also in the comments below any questions you might have, and I can see if I can answer them. So we are almost done. We have like this section and one section to go, and that is the first. Oh my gosh, there's so many of these little guys. That is the first section of our hunt. I'm stuck on an invisible wall. I really can't wait for them to fix those. Yeah, and then we just have one more hunt left for today, and then we are done. And then we get to unlock Forest Chick. I am very excited about that. I don't know if I maybe mentioned that once or twice or 10 times yet. I'm stuck again. Yeah, she does pet things, and I feel like we will die less. But also, like, don't tell anyone in case they change it, but I think she might be a little OP. She, like, yeah, you'll see. In our first gameplay, I'm gonna try and do some crazy stuff if I can manage it. Just to try and, like, show how awesome she is. And I don't know what will become of this character, because we die a lot on her. I do like punching things in the face though, and Forest Chick, she doesn't exactly punch things in the face, so I guess we might have to come back to this chick, but I'm kind of trying to decide whether I think that, like, focusing on one character and getting them to level 80 is the smart thing, or if leveling them all up at the same time is a smart thing. I don't know if you know this, but actually each character has its own trading post. I should probably make a video about that. Anyway, each character has its own trading post, and that means like they get their 3 refreshes. So if I unlock Forest Chick, instead of just having the original trading post and then 3 refreshes, I will have the original trading post 3 refreshes for her, and then the original trading post and 3 refreshes for Forest Chick, which means it gives you extra chances at gear, which are amazing. Sort of, maybe, I don't know, like I told you, I feel a bit like trading post is sometimes the only place you get upgrades for a while, which, you know, is better than nothing, but also if they are only 1 level or 2 levels each time, it's like a lot of days between tiny upgrades. But of course they do have that opportunity or chance or whatever for rare upgrades, which are nice. You do have to keep an eye on your levels though, because sometimes something that's like lower level but rare will have higher stats, but sometimes like something just 2 levels higher than that but normal level will be better. So I don't know how they've like decided what bonus, what am I trying to say, what like numbers to put on things, I guess. But sometimes it seems weird, like maybe someone didn't think it out very well, or maybe it's just that it works at like random. It's rare, but the number on it is random, and you could have another rare at the same level and its number is different, maybe? I don't know. Did I tell you that Forest Chick has a minion who will tank those explodey bomb chicks? And so maybe, if we're lucky and we're not standing in a very bad spot when mobs like spawn, maybe we will live. Oh, look at that elevator. I'm sure that... Oh, this is the place with the... Oh, I know where we are. This is the place with the... Oh, which that was where you go down to that room and it's like a boss and a heap of mobs and evil eyes and spiders and exploding bomb chicks all like there. This is a crazy place. I might actually die because I'm terribly bad at like dodging things. And it's a very tiny space. Look at it. And yes, they put a dodgy treasure chest at the bottom just to... Oh my gosh. Okay, we killed them. That's fine. Okay, I feel like we murdered everything. We're standing in poison, fighting a boss. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, I don't know if that hit me or not. Probably not. I'm trying to kill that spider, but it's not working very well. Okay, this place is not... See? Look at my health. And look at these things. And I died. But we finished the... No, we didn't finish the hunt. Okay, now I'm just mad. Let's do level 2 somewhere. This is initiate level, by the way, so it's supposed to be easier. Oh, stuck. Okay, I feel like we get stuck a lot in this tower. Let's do finishing this run and then we're done. I feel like one thing that I have been forgetting to do is ruin my gear. I totally made a video about it. And then, I don't know, it's not that I don't know what to ruin now, like I've figured that out. It's just that when you're buying little upgrades in the trading post and you're only playing for such a short time every day, you just buy the new upgrade, equip it, and then... Look at me trying to go up there when I kill the boss. Anyway, and then you just forget to add the runes. Also, I feel like... Of course you want to push for higher level runes, but they're not as easy to get as you think. Like even like when you're playing like this, where you're only doing like 4 runs in a day, you get less souls, but you also get less runes, which can make life very difficult. You see me run forward, but look at the timer. That's why I did it. If I don't kill him, he will disappear. And I killed him, and yay, we don't have to do another run. That's amazing. Yeah, anyway, back to it. So I've decided that, like, instead of doing it the painful way, which is like turning 3 of one level into 1 level higher, etc., that I'm probably gonna try and just focus on using the cycle and the forge and see if that helps. But I do think that that's also relying on luck a lot. At least if you do the 3 into 1 kind of thing over and over, you get to, like, you know exactly what rune you're going to end up with if you succeed. Whereas if you do the recycle, like, who knows what you get. And a few times, like, not a few times, but often enough, you get something that you don't want, like movement speed or pet damage when I'm looking for wounds in this character. I have been keeping the pet damage ones though, obviously for Forest Chick because that's what she uses, but yeah. I think it's kind of like trading Russian roulette, the chance to get a high level useful upgrade versus like the pain of needing the same rooms, like a lot of the same rooms in order to finally get them up to a high level. It's a bit of a trade-off, but I'm gonna see how I feel like if I keep recycling and using the forge and I do get good things, then I'll probably stick with it. Anyway, that's our 11th hour done. We are ending with close to 7,000 gems. Unlocking Forest Chick in the next video. I hope I will see you there.